Confusion on all sides. First, I want to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Radash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers that push this word in truth and sincerity. Ishbel Chanak, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Radash. And this is going to be an in transit lesson. As I was just kind of, I had to drive into the city and just kind of, I was watching some videos, listening to some videos while I was driving, of course, on all the things that are going on in the world pertaining to prophecy, different political events, different economic, financial, social events that are military events that are happening all around the world, which speak to us being in the end days. We're constantly watching. So I was just kind of, thinking to myself, what do I want to go into? It's just so many things, you could just, pick one thing, which that's good. And we do, but nothing was really hidden, so as I, finished my errand and now I'm driving back to the house. And when I say the city, I was speaking about San Francisco, which usually I only come to San Francisco during camp. And as I was, in the city, the first thing I seen was homelessness, trash everywhere, drug addicts, people hunched over, because of that fentanyl lean, wild, dogs everywhere. Like I said, trash. There's like a real filthy, dingy. The people there, they look dingy, dirty. And I was like, man, but that's all these major cities in America. Okay, filth. And I just, like I said, I was trying to think of what I wanted to speak about, and this kind of just came to me. Confusion on all sides. Really. Confusion on all sides. Everywhere you turn, there's a major confusion. Okay? You got this war, this proxy war with Russia, Ukraine, America, NATO, which that's going to turn into a hot war. China as well. There's rumors of war with China over Taiwan. There's rumors of the world reserve currency, which is the Federal Reserve dollar, going into hyperinflation because these nations, the BRICS nations, are coming together and forming their own system, as well as another collapse, because 2020 was a collapse, but they came in and they saved the day through giving people money. Another collapse, which is going to push the dollar into oblivion and bring in a digital currency, the CBDCs. All these other nations, they have pilot programs. Okay, you got people. You have the what city is that where they were doing the looting? Jake was looting. Europe, they're looting in Europe and the UK and France. And I'm like, damn, just confusion on all sides. Let me just bring this out real quick. Isaiah 24:10. You got to really start up. Okay, well, I'm just kind of going to the point. The city of confusion is broken down. This is speaking about America. Okay, this is the main city of confusion. And the reason why all these other nations, are in a state of confusion, especially these European nations, these Western nations, you can say. All these Western nations, which are deemed to be sophisticated, deemed to be advanced, technology-wise, social-wise, politically-wise, they're deemed to be the best advanced civilizations ever in the world, and they're all breaking down. They're all riddled with rat. I was walking. What was it, earlier today, or it was somewhere in a nice neighborhood? It was a big ass dead rat. Just sitting right, just dead, right in the in the front of, a nice home. Well, I used to work for, Esau, come to this house to do certain services and stuff like that, in a multi-million-dollar area, okay, where the small hats, like all small hats, and they all had rat problems in Berkeley. They all had it was rats everywhere. They had the pest control. And several small hats told me this. Okay, well, they got rats. That's like an underlying problem here in America is a rat issue. Okay, and that's the rust. There's a scripture I'm trying to remember. It's like the moth, as the scriptures say, and the canker. Okay, the city of confusion is broken down. Confusion on all sides. We have a homeless crisis. Okay, I was watching a video. His name is Neil McCoy. Let me see this channel. Give me a second. Neil McCoy Ward. And I was watching the video he was going into, and he was going into pretty much the same things he's going into, the different looting here in America, also in Europe. It's just really the complete collapse of a Western society, which is going to lead into bringing in this new digital system. So if you think it's bad now, just you wait. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. This wine is speaking about truth. Because as I did a video yesterday going into the different psyops, the different control oppositions that Esau, he sets up certain celebrities, certain people in the forefront to speak certain narratives so he can come down, he can clamp down on them. And I did a video on that yesterday because truth is being shut down. Okay, certain narratives are being cut off from you being able to speak openly, publicly about these things. Okay, and they're going to be deemed, unlawful for you to say certain things, okay, against this agenda. Okay, like they did with Andrew Tate. That's a big psyop as well. They built him up, and then now they're taking him down. You have the Fresh and Fit. I believe they demonetized them on YouTube. So they'll allow you to get a bag. They'll allow you to say certain things, and for you to get comfortable with that check. And that check keeps coming. It keeps getting bigger, and you live above your means. You want to hold a certain lifestyle, and then they take that away from you. Here it is, you was making $40,000 a month on a YouTube check, and then it's snatched away from you. You willing to do whatever you got to do to keep that $40,000 a month? Okay, 4 times 12. What is that? 4.8. My math is right. What? 480,000, almost 500,000 a year. Okay, that you pulling in, and that's just the YouTube. That doesn't mean any of your sponsors. Okay, so they're shutting out truth in the earth, and then eventually they're going to shut out the prophet. So there's going to be a crying for truth. You had just watching the Jimmy Dore the show, right? It says reaction to Jimmy Dore's truth at United Nations. You got to look him up. He does pretty good videos. What happened with him was he's like a comedian. What happened with him, and he took the jump shot, and then he got injured. So his stance on the jump shot, it changed, because he was pro jump shot, cursing everybody else, when the whole thing went down, cursing everybody out, that didn't take it. And then he took it, and then he got injured, and then he got gaslit from his doctors, and then he started going into it, and then he started going into the sea theories, and these things just started to make sense to him. So now he has a platform in which he pretty much goes against the mainstream narrative. Okay, and they want to take guys like that out. So he went to the UN to pretty much complain to the UN, okay, about the Nord Stream pipeline, and pretty much said that America did it. They did it. Okay, so there's going to be a point to where you're going to be silenced. Okay, there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is dark. It's going to be a dark time. Okay, the hour of temptation. It's going to be they're pretty much going to allow society to implode, which Esau thinks he's going to be able to. It's like a controlled demolition. He believes he's going to be able to control the through his military, through him controlling governments, through diseases. He knows that a lot of people are going to die, and that's part of his agenda. He understands that there's going to be a lot of people that's going to come against him, but ultimately he's going to starve the people out. He's going to make the people bow. Right? He's going to, we might go into that, Revelation, the 13th chapter. He calls of all. So he's going to set up this society, which he's already doing. This is why it's just confusion on all sides. He's allowing the drug crisis just to go crazy. He's allowing people to loot, okay, unabated. He's allowing crime like the purge. He's allowing people to get off on murder, to get off on kidnapping, to get off on rape. And the people are sitting back watching it, and they're upset. Pretty much criminals are allowed to just do whatever the hell they want to do. But the law-abiding citizen, they have all type of laws and restrictions placed upon them. Okay, there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, it's going to be game. It's going to be game over. Was a party time is over. Because if you take away the drugs, like the recreational drugs, the coke and the pills, like the ecstasy and the mushrooms and the weed and the drink, the alcohol. You take away the discos. I'm not sure they call them discos anymore. The party, the clubs and the bars and the lounges and the strip clubs and the underground sex club. There's underground sex clubs in all these major cities. Okay, that people, they know somebody that knows somebody. They do orgies. That's an actual thing. Underground sex clubs, where you can go there and it's down, it's low key. You can just go and be a freak. You got a whole bunch of them in Atlanta. Jake is heavy into that, going out there in Atlanta. The underground orgy sex clubs. You take that away, right? Because they're going to stop you from moving from different places. All joy is going to be darkened. Everything's going to be shut down. And this is why he's using all this chaos, Esau, but really it's the Most High, Yah Bashem Shai. Okay, give me a second. Verse 12, in the city, speaking about America, and these other cities too, but mainly America is going to get it the worst. Because America has been so comfortable and living so delicious, living without care. The people, the inhabitants. Even the homeless. It's just like there's no care in the world. Why? Because they got an EBT card. You got non-profits that actually, make food for you. They'll come and bring you food. Shit, here in America, you can actually get needles. You can get needles. You can get Narcan if you overdose. You can get free medical attention. Right? They'll treat you, and then they won't shame you or shun you for taking drugs. There's no laws against taking it. Now, when Jake was taking it, they was cracking down on Jake. They was locking Jake up. They was killing Jake. When that crack hit, and who put the crack in the neighborhood? But now Esau is allowing these things, okay, because he don't want to come against his own. But now it's just getting out of hand. So you got just groves of opioid dens out in all these major cities. Kensington, what is that? Kensington, what's that? Help me out. What's it called? I can type it. Let me type it in. Kensington. What city is that? Philadelphia. There we go. Kensington, Philadelphia. Open air drug market. LA, open air drug market. San Francisco, open air drug market. You know, New York, all these, Chicago, even in these small towns, everybody's smoking crack. People that you don't even think that's on drugs are on drugs. And they might not be on street drugs, but they're popping pills from the prescriptions. You know, they're on, psychoactive medicines because they're bug outs. They're on anxiety medicine because they can't operate, amongst people. So they popping, Xannies or whatever them, anxiety, they're on depression medicines. They on blood pressure medicines. They're pretty much on Esau's witchcraft. Okay, and then they're high off these pharmaceuticals that Esau Edom puts in the food. They eat 1-cent burgers from McDonald's, 50-cent burgers from Wendy's, chicken from KFC and Churches and Popeyes. Okay, and then even these little mom and pop stores, mom and pop restaurants. They use cheap ingredients. The Chinese restaurant, they use rat meat, dog meat. Shit, you know what I mean? And the city is left desolation, right? It's going to be nothing here. Because all this is going to lead into the Third World War. And that's what these people, they're not really taking into consideration. Because the only time they take something into consideration is if Esau Edom tells them that they should think about these things. If Esau Edom says that there's a virus that can get you, that's going to get you and put you to death, well, they'll believe Esau. But now, since he pulled that fiasco, a lot of people are questioning him, questioning his agenda. All right, because but there's so much confusion going on, they can't really pinpoint. Some can, most can't. Okay, and the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Because ultimately, what's going to happen? America's going to be destroyed. America is the only place on the earth, okay, when the Lord comes back, it's going to be a perpetual waste, meaning no man ever is going to inhabit Babylon the Great ever again. Okay, because of just the evil and the blood that was spilled, the abominations that were committed. Okay, here in Babylon the Great, the murders, the filth. These people are into filthy, filthy activities. Let me bring this out. Sirach 10. Okay, a new ruler is getting ready to take place in the earth. Because obviously the man that's in charge, he's doing it all wrong. And he's stealing from the people. Now his own kind is upset. Esau. Okay, Esau against Esau. If Satan rise up against Satan, how can his kingdom stand? Okay. Sirach 10:8, because of unrighteous dealings. So let's finish the verse. But unrighteous dealings, all right, and that's pretty much Esau embodied. Everything he does is unrighteous. But he has this is the thing, he has the minds of the people. They have been drunken, but not of wine, not of strong drink. Right? As the scriptures say, how they stagger. Okay, what is it? Isaiah, let's get that. Isaiah 29. He has the whole world drunken. Also, it tells you how Babylon has been a golden cup. I believe that's Jeremiah 51. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, which made all the nations drunken. You got Elamites that come over to America, Moabites that come over to America, and they'll adopt that. They'll adopt that American open, do it in Rome, do as the Romans in America, do as the Roman. They'll become sodomites. They'll dabble in all type of witchcraft. They're demons anyway, but they go all out. Okay, they go all out here in America. Let's actually get that, you know, Slack here. Let's get Jeremiah, then we get Isaiah. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hands that made all the earth drunken. So the whole earth is drunken. This is why the same agenda is being is manifesting all these other nations, and all these other nations that took on this wine also have these first world issues like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, depression, anxiety, theft, okay, scams, pollution, inflation, homelessness. These nations didn't suffer these are, and those are all plagues. They didn't suffer those type of plagues when they were just, when they lived more of an ancient lifestyle. The people weren't complaining, okay, as they are now. You had suicides, them Moabites and them Ammonites, they get worked to death. And they got a spirit, they'll just do whatever the hell they're told unto death. They actually feel bad by not just doing what they're told. So they get worked to the point to where they just kill themselves. All right, that wasn't so when they were living ancient, off the land. Now they're struggling. They got a problem, getting a wife. Their wife, is you got to make this amount of money. You got to do this. You got to do that. Just like the American woman. It's not as bad, but they're having these problems because they're drinking of that wine, that philosophy, as well as democracy. Okay, they're the political system. Okay, it's all encompassing. Okay, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Now they're upset, and that anger is going to turn into a drunken rage against Babylon. The Most High is going to put an evil thought in their mind to come up against America, because all the things that Esau has done is being brought out in the forefront. He's being revealed. He's being uncovered. Okay, let's go to Isaiah. I believe that's 29. Bear with me. Isaiah 29:9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, see, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink, because this wine that they're drunken off of is also synonymous with philosophy, with doctrine. Okay, just like this truth is synonymous with is as wine as well. Yahushua told us to drink the wine, which represents the truth, which represents him. He comes in the volume of the book, right? To eat his flesh, the Passover, eat his flesh and drink his blood. And you had a lot of Israelites that couldn't get that saying because they weren't spiritual. Okay, so they left him. Oh, this man telling him to drink his blood and eat his flesh. He bugged out. They couldn't get that he was speaking about getting this truth, eating this roll. Okay, the understanding of the scripture. So wisdom and knowledge is as philosophy, is as a doctrine, and is considered as wine, also honey, also living water. Okay, a bread, right? Victuals. So it's not actually talking about actual wine, actual drink, just as we read in Isaiah 24:2. Okay, there's a crying for wine, not actual wine. And where the alcohol at? I need some a Cabernet. Let me get some sparkling red wine. They ain't talking about that. That's not what it's talking about. Okay, it's talking about the real truth, the real wine, that red wine. Okay, All right, the truth. It's going to be a crime for that. And Esau is going to set it up. He's doing it now. He's making the excuse now to come down. And you have a lot of people speaking about it, a lot of people talking about it, but they're not putting all these things together as we are putting all these things together biblically. Some open up the scriptures, but they break down the scriptures wrong. They miss. They don't hit the mark the majority of the time. They don't identify the problem in the earth. The scriptures talk about the problem in the earth. It's not all mankind. Oh, mankind. Nah, it's Esau, Edom, as well as the rest of you nations. That's the main problem. But the main problem on the earth is Esau, Edom. Point blank, period. Okay, you other nations, you're in agreement with him, but you're gonna break that alliance. The Most High is gonna turn. You're gonna be as like reservoir dogs. You're all gonna turn on each other, and it's already happening now. Okay, your alliances is very weak. Even the alliance of the EU, NATO, America, NATO, right? EU, all these European nations. The Roman Empire broke up, part of it because of infighting. They couldn't agree, right? And is that not what's happening here in America? You have the right going one way, the left going one way. They can't agree. But what's really happening in the background is you're being moved into a system of control. And a lot of people are speaking about this via online. And this is why Esau Edom wants to shut down that narrative. He wants to shut down that talking point. He wants to shut down anything that comes against his agenda. But see, as he does that, and he will do that, okay, this is going to make the truth more precious. It's going to make the men of Yahweh Shema Shai more precious. All right, so brothers, what this truth is going to be, really, Lord's will I speak as a hopeful elect. We're the top commodity on the planet Earth. It don't seem like it, right? Because it's not our time. It's not our time, okay? But when that time manifests, oh man, I'm telling you, where was I going? I think I was done on that, right? Yep, Sirach 10 and 8, because unrighteous dealings, injuries, okay? Look how many people suffered at the hand of the American Empire, starting with the Israelites. Okay, everything's stolen from them. And nobody wants to speak about that. Nobody talks about that. You know, that's off limits. Speaking about the plight of Jerusalem, a so-called black, Spanish, Native American. And then the scriptures speak about that. Who will bemoan thee, right? Who will speak up for thee, just vaguely paraphrasing. Who will give a shit about you, right? They're just going to keep oppressing, keep sucking you dry, keep taking your resources. Oh, they're coming out with a new movie. What is it? Murder of the Roses, something, Flowers. It looked like it's going to be a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. What's the other? Danny DeVito. Is that Danny DeVito? I believe, yeah, Danny DeVito. It looked like a movie with Gad. You know, Esau came over and pretty much scammed Gad out of everything, right? And they were marrying two certain Gadite families that had certain lands. This nigga about to pay. All right, he's done that all around the world. That's how he got up into nobility in Europe. Okay, marrying into the crown. Okay, well, you had same thing with your boy. What's that nigga name, man? The Fox. Y'all should call him a fox. Oh man, it's, you know, the Antipater, the line of Antipater, Herod, which that was a line. The Herodians, that was a line. You have multiple Herods. Okay, they married into the Maccabees, so they had that look of, you know, have that look of Jake, you know, that little light skin, ambiguous look. You can be black, you can be white, you look like you're mixed. Right? So they have sometimes they come in darker. They keep marrying into that line. Right? But they're Edomites. So that's part of his deception. Look at the gas, 630, 627, 623, excuse me. 623 cash, 629 credit. People gonna go crazy. They're damn near at the tipping point. This is in California. I don't know, in other places might be cheaper. You know, but they're gonna keep hitting the people. Okay? Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, everything Edom has gotten is by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay? So, Esau, you're done. You're out of there. Because of your wickedness, the kingdom is getting ready to be taken from you. Okay? But it was all set up in a spirit regardless. So I'm going to close it there. I came to my destination. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Until next time, shalom to the elect.